Hey everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. A few days ago, maybe you may have missed this, the CEO of Renaissance Technology, Robert Mercer, has resigned as CEO. I think this was on Thursday, November 2nd. And basically what he's a billionaire, funded Breitbart or owned parts of Breitbart. He funded Milo Yiannopoulos, and he was a big Trump supporter as well as his daughter. So a lot of that caused controversy among some of the staff, specifically a manager a few months ago with Renaissance, and apparently a lot of other staff were not very happy with the move. And basically, there's 300 employees at Renaissance Technology, and about 90 of them are PhDs. So as a result, he resigned. Now, he was a partner as well as Renaissance Technology, so he helped found Renaissance Technology. He's one of the biggest earliest HFT shop out there. And what I wanted to do is to resurrect some of the stories that I put out quite a while ago on Robert Mercer and Renaissance Technology, because I think this guy was one of the key guys behind the early days of machine learning and high frequency trading. So let's do that. Okay, so if you were to type on my blog at quantlabs.net/blog, just do a search on Mercer. Here's some of the early articles that you would have found. So I posted some news about Robert Mercer was funding Trump, and I love that photo of Mr. Trump. And here's the historical bio of the secret sauce for the for Rentech. So here he's doing a speech, and then there's also this interview with James Simmons, and they talk about the early days. So I posted this back in February 2016. Historical secret weapon of the Rentech HFT. Meet the genius probably behind that laid the foundation to the firm. Learn more by, it's going to take you to doing the same thing here. So by doing these searches. So we have, let me see what we got here. Highlight video. Okay, so this guy, Mercer, was the key funding guy behind Ted Cruz, and then he made the switch over to Trump, but we don't really need to go into that. So do I possess a Forex automated trading Forex system for sale? Let me just see if what that has anything to do with Mercer. Well, let's see here. Let's see. I mean, in terms of high frequency, I introduced you to Robert Mercer, who's co-head of Renaissance Tech. Yes, he's a smart guy, but he's also a software developer who is probably earning well over 120 million a year, I'm sure. Let's see what else I can dig up. All right. Okay, so let me keep going into my search results. Early Rentech HFT secret on machine learning. So which article is that? So here we go. So this came out January 2016. So check out how I found out about this person. So this is what I was looking for. This link has expired. Ooh. So that means it was timed. Let's see what else I can find. I'll probably do another segment on that dude and see what I can find. Early Rentech secrets on machine learning. Meet the Rentech Okay, this may be what I was looking for. Okay, so this is some of the other things I wanted to mention. So this is all the stuff I could dig up. So if you want to know, basically, the right article I've been looking for is this one, titled "Meet the HFT Rentech RENTECH Programmer Funding Ted Cruz." Again, meet the HFT Rentech Programmer Funding Ted Cruz, which is Mercer. So Robert Mercer, the most popular political money man. Forbes, Wikipedia, Robert Mercer. So let me just see what we can find on this guy on Wikipedia. Here he is, Leroy Mercer. Early life. He worked in the Air Force Weapons Laboratory. Produced good work. He felt it was not optimized. So he went on to a bachelor's degree in physics, mathematics from University of Mexico. Career. Okay, so he joined IBM Research at the Thomas J. Watson Research Center. This is 1972, where he developed Brown clustering, a statistical machine translation. So you can see how important this guy is. Not only that, but he was part of a speech recognition and translation research program led by so-and-so. Mercer received Association for Computational Linguistics Achievement Award back in 2014, and I think that's what that speech was about. So you can see the kind of work that he's worked on. As I said before, I mentioned this before in past videos, where statistical machine translation technique is part of speech recognition. Now, when it comes to machine learning, I would say capital markets and linguistics, or in this case, speech recognition, is the two hardest applications out there for machine learning. So this guy was definitely on it, and this is back in the early days of '72. So he joined 1993 after being recruited by Nick Patterson. So founder James Harris Simmons, quant, preferred to hire mathematicians, computer scientists, and physicists rather than business school. Mercer and a former colleague from IBM, Peter Brown, became co-CEOs of Renaissance when Simons retired in 2009. So here we go about the Medallion Fund earned 39% per year on average from 89 to 2006. That's why a lot of the staff are pretty well millionaires and will never leave. They manage $25 billion in assets. Now, if you think that's impressive, that was 2014. They managed $25 billion. Now, the more surprising one is Two Sigma, another HFT shop, but they're double the size of this. I think they just broke through 50 billion, so they're huge, and they're fairly. I think that was founded in 2010. So that's now the fund or HFT shop to watch. So so back in November 2017, he's going to step down because he's faced backlash over Mercer's political activism. So I'm not going to get into that. Okay, so personal life. So let's find out. Here's the interesting one. This book that he was mentioned in. So here he's mentioned in this book. So let me do a search on this guy. Hang on here. Let me just go back to the name of the book that he's mentioned in. So I think there was a little research paper, Logic for Programming, Artificial Intelligence and Reasoning, 2008, LPAR, November 2009, Proceedings. Okay, so that's the name of this book. So let me just put That's called logic programming. Logic for programming, artificial intelligence and reasoning. Artificial intelligence and reasoning. Okay, so maybe this book, shall it be? This might be a different edition. Let's just see what's going on in this guy. So he's mentioned here, oh, he's part of this organization. Oh, okay. But you can see where he specializes in is in linguistics. So he was pretty top-notch at what he did. Robert Mercer, artificial intelligence. So you get a lot of see, there's some new stuff on here. We're not interested in his political view, but we are interested. So yeah, here's some of his early work that we've already mentioned. Okay, it was the dawn of the quants when Wall Street was beginning to appreciate the power of computers to turbocharge trading. Mercer and Brown set to work designing complex math models that made trading dramatically faster, and their work eventually paid off. Primary work was to look very, very hard at equity trading. After some effort, several years, they were able to produce a system that was hugely profitable. Okay, so we know about Renaissance Tech. Goes on about his wealth. There's his daughter, I believe, Rebecca Mercer. So she's the one that's totally down with Milo Yiannopoulos. So here's listed as a computer wizard. Yeah, so you can see the influence that he had in the Trump circles and Trump campaign circles. But he's gone mainstream now with all the negative press that he's been getting. Yeah. Let's see if there's any machine learning. Let's see what we got here. Some news items I haven't updated in a while. So there's an interesting story here. So we have here. What are we doing here? Okay, American-born purchased a majority shareholding in the company. So Tech goes on to reference a British company called Cambridge Analytics. The company started as an experiment mining personality traits from social network data. Purchased a majority shareholding in the company, who worked heavily in the area of speech. So yeah, see, worked heavily in the area of speech recognition, precursor to today's efforts in artificial intelligence. Personality, and then executes behavioral micro-targeting programs. The company uses these micro-targeting programs to understand what people care about. So does that mean you could still kind of understand how do the same but for trading? But you could go on and on and on looking for this stuff. go back to that Wikipedia article. So, yeah, statistical machine translation. That's his big work. Machine translation paradigm, where translations are generated on the basis of statistical models whose parameters are derived from analysis of bilingual text corpora. Contrast rule-based approaches to machine learning. Interesting. So here we go with the math. So now it's used in areas of mobile. But the question is, can this be applied to trading, or is this in the direction that Rentech uses? Let me just check out this one. Text corpus. I have no idea what that is, but I'm sure if you dug into it, you could find out some of the early work that Robert Mercer has been involved with back in the early 70s. But very interesting. Thought I'd bring this up to you. And this guy was probably the first guy at Renaissance Technologies to really take their firm to that level that they're renowned for now. So I thought I'd just put that out there and do a little digging for you, because he's now gone. All right, talk to you later. Have a good day. Thanks for watching or listening.